Jerome Powell referred for criminal investigation. Whoa, the Republicans are getting serious finally? No. It's what Republicans always do. Let's investigate. No one goes to jail. No one gets cuffs. No one has the FBI raiding their house with CNN backing them at 5 in the morning. Unlike Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, Trump going down to Fulton County headquarters, no one's going to get prosecuted. No one's going to get looked at. No one's going to get a mugshot. It's absolutely insane. I get it, political theater, but at least it does open up some insanity from the Federal Reserve Board. At least we can see. I didn't know this, and I'm just like, what the hell, dude? I mean, come on. This is so, but again, I don't expect anything from the Republican Party at all. I do get some emails. The Republicans, they're doing this. Do this. Have you? The Republicans have been key investigators. No one ever happens. Nothing ever happens ever. And then nothing will happen here. And they were like, oh, Obama's going to jail. I said, come on, dude. All right, so here we got Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, formally referred to DOJ for criminal investigation. All right. On Monday, Florida GOP rep Anna Paulina Luna, who's very pretty, by the way, because our ladies are always pretty, their ladies are not. That's just all there is to it. Or the MAGA ladies crush, the Antifa ladies, they're just, are they even women? They're men pretend to be women, who knows, but they slush. All right, she formally referred Powell to the Department of Justice for lying under oath. All right, so what does she say that he did? Let's take a gander, shall we? Hold on a second. So right here, this is on July 19th, she says, I'm writing to formally refer Jerome Powell to the Department of Justice for potential criminal investigation for prosecution for perjury. On June 25th, Powell provided testimony under oath before the U.S. Senate Committee regarding the renovation of the Federal Reserve building that called the Eclase. I don't know what it's called. In a statement, he made several false claims. Now, remember, this building now is going to cost $2.5 billion. Billion dollars. Where's that money coming from? I don't know. Well, anyway, he said, quote, there's no VIP dining room. There's no new marble. There are no special elevators, just old elevators that have been there. There are no new water features. There are no beehives. There's no roof terrace gardens. The statement is false, says Anna Paulina, whatever her name is. According to the Federal Reserve's final submission to the National Capital Planning's Commission, nearly all those assertions, except the beehives, are contradicted by the actual project plans. Quote from Powell. When I was the administrative governor before I became chair, I came to understand how badly the building needed a serious renovation, but never had one. Paulina says, or what's the name, Luna says, that statement is also false. The Federal Reserve Board conducted a comprehensive renovation of the building from 1999 to 2003, which included the replacement of the roof, all major systems, and a full refurbishing of interior and courtyard spaces. Separately, into the OMB, Director Russell Vought, Chairman Powell characterized the changes that escalated the cost of projects to go from $1.9 billion to $2.5 billion as minor. However, documents reviewed by congressional investigators indicate the scope and cost overruns of the project were neither minor in nature nor in substance. He stated, the changes were intended to simplify construction and reduce the likelihood of further delays and cost increases. Again, that statement is false. It is contradicted by the Federal Reserve's final submission to the Planning Commission and by the assertions made in Director Voigt's own original letter to Chairman Powell. According to those records, the revised plans includes a VIP private dining room, premium marble finishes, modernized elevators, water features, and a roof terrace. Features that Powell publicly denied existed. While Powell presented the changes as simplifications, the actual project plan suggests the opposite, especially when it goes up by $600 million on an initial $1.9 billion cost. If Powell knowingly misrepresented those facts, whether in testimony before Congress or in formal correspondence to senior executive officials, such actions may constitute perjury. 100%, dude. I mean, do you not remember Michael Flynn for perjury he was set up by the FBI. And I just thought he was talking to some friends and they say he perjured. Dude, that's why you can never, ever, ever say anything to police, FBI. Never. Don't open your mouth. But the problem with Flynn is even worse. He didn't realize he was being questioned. He just, in fact, by the way, just watch this video. You don't have to be read your Miranda rights if you're pulled over, by the way. I just watched this from some law school. I said, wow, I did not know that. So if the cops pull you over and say, hey, have you had a couple, first of all, you shouldn't freaking drink, but you certainly shouldn't drink and drive. But if the cops pull you over and they say, hey, say, I'm not saying anything. Now, what they could do apparently is they could just arrest you if you don't contribute or participate. But that's better than if you had a couple drinks, given a sobriety test and all that. So anyway, I don't know if that's the law. That was in Massachusetts, I saw. I'm not sure where else it is. But either way, you don't have a Miranda right obligation. The cops don't have a Miranda right obligation under federal law, apparently, Supreme Court law, to read your Miranda rights. So you don't have to say anything. You're not obligated to say anything. All right, so just FYI. Anyway, so that's what happened to Michael Flynn, though. So they said, hey, let's talk baseball, Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn's talking baseball. I said, hey, looks like the Braves won last night, huh? Michael Flynn said, yeah, they did. They said, oh, you're wrong. The Braves lost. You lied to us under oath. And I can't remember if Flynn went to jail. I think he did. Steve Bannon, Roger Stone. Just the whole thing's insane. I get political grandstanding. This is political grandstanding. But it's about damn time, dude. Now, again, I don't expect anyone from the Democratic side of things to ever see freaking the prison cells. No, it'll never happen. But at least they're doing something to at least raise the idea. Like, what the hell is the Federal Reserve spending $2.5 billion on renovations when they just spent a significant amount of money 20 years ago on the same thing? What the hell's going on here, dude? Where's this money coming from? Anyway, and Trump's mad at Powell because he says, Powell, lower the interest rates. I'm like, Trump, that's not going to do anything. In cases, Japan is a perfect example of that. It's not going to do anything. Right now, we have a perfect interest rates. 30-year mortgages are right under 7%. That's where they should be. My first mortgage was under 7%. Many of you, your first mortgage was above 10%, and you did just fine. We got to reward savers as well as not punish them for saving. So we just, at the end of the day, this is where we need to be. And lowering interest rates inherently doesn't automatically stimulate the economy. So come on, Trump. Get off Powell for that. Maybe go on Powell for this right here, but this other interest rate stuff drives up 12. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.